Hello, everybody, and thank you for joining me. I could not go another day without bringing you another video of some more ephemera for our Christmas in July 2022 project. I am so glad that you stopped by, and I'm hoping that I will be able to upload some more videos in order to bring you some content while I'm away. I'm not sure that that's possible. This morning was a little hectic. We're having some work done in the house while we're gone, so we had the contractor here looking at some things that we were gifted, actually, some fans, as a housewarming present 2 years ago, and still haven't had them installed. So he stopped by this morning so that he could do that while we were away. And I put some things together. I'm not sure where to start today because I've been asked to show one of my inspiration boxes. I'm just going to tip you just a little bit this way so I'm a little bit straighter. There we go. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to quickly show one of my inspiration boxes by a couple of my friends and followers who have asked to see one. So here's one. It's simply a shoebox that I got at the Dollar Tree. And anything that I make, I keep in this box. So there's something that I've made. Here is something I've made, which is similar to this one. I've actually put this together. I think this might have been my last Christmas. I'm not sure. It could have been anything really, but just something that, oh, it was Valentine's Day. So something I put together for Valentine's Day. And so, you know, just something I'll either put in a journal or keep in here to give me some inspiration for anything else. Here's something else that I've put together. It's just simply one of these pockets, which I know most of you, if not all of you, have seen, you know, done. If not, I'd be happy to do a tutorial eventually. And in here, I've simply just put some journaling cards, you know, one in there. Here's another one I made at some point. Has a little pocket in the back with, you know, some ephemera, some lace, and that goes right inside this pocket, or maybe that one in the back pocket, I'm not sure. Or maybe it didn't go in a pocket at all and I just happened to put it in there. And then another journaling card slides in there. And again, another one slides in here. And then one that I had, you know, done this with my die cut and simply put on something I had, a collage board that I had cut up and just sewn around it. And that simply puts in here. So there's lots of inspiration in this just one little piece. And then something else I had made, it's actually folds up this way, out this way, out this way. It has this little pocket you've all seen me do. It's one of my favorite. Goes this way. This flips up. It has, you know, this little tuck here. Has a pocket here. Has a pocket here. And a little journaling book here. I may have done a video on this around Valentine's Day if you want to check back in the videos. But this simply all just folds right up like this. And Unfortunately, this has been in my box, so it's a little bit bent, but nothing that can't be fixed. That actually Velcros like so. And then that's it. It's a little bit crooked. I've got a little Velcro dot there. Poor little thing's been in my box for quite a while. So I've got that. And, oh goodness, I made this probably 4 years ago, maybe 3. It's a file folder. It goes up like this, up like this. Let's see, opens like this. I've got a little door here that opens like this. Some ephemera pieces in a pocket. This is a pocket. Another little belly band here. I've got a little piece of ephemera here. This opens up. It's kind of hard to show this whole thing in this camera the way I have it set up, but there's another pocket here, here. Here is a belly band and another piece of ephemera here. Something, again, I'd be happy to do again someday on video. But as you can see, all it is a file folder. Something I played with one day and created for, you know, some fairy journal or something that somebody might want. And then I have another one here that I made quite a while ago. And again, it flips up, flips down, flips open, flips open. Again, we have a little pocket here, you know, the little accordion. And here we have flips up, be the change you want to see in the world. This I got out of a magazine. It's just a little truck. It says joy. Some embossed paper. Little booklet of some scrap paper. This is complete. I mean, all this paper is from all different sources that I just happened to have in my bin and decided that I would put this together. Now, this was not created by any file folder. This I did with just all the paper and just put it all together. Put a little bit of cotton there, a little sticker that says, not sticker, but little piece of paper I typed out, choose joy. Joy is contagious. And then some rickrack. This goes over like this, around like this, and tucks under there. This is one of 4 of my inspiration boxes. Now my other inspiration boxes, here's a little paper bag I made. Rach and Bella actually. Rach was making these little paper bags, and I happen to have some old wallpaper next to me. And so I followed along and I made this little paper bag out of some wallpaper. And it just simply, you know, it's great Happy Mail because it folds up flat somehow. There we go. Yeah, and you could put lots of things in there and just put it right in, you know, for some Happy Mail or in a pocket or what have you. But just some inspiration, or, you know, when I'm looking for something to do. And then I don't have my other boxes here because, well, I do have one, but it actually is not, it does not have in it my inspiration. What it has in it is a project that I'll be working on, and it happens to be the start of a baking journal. So it's just these boxes you can get at Michael's, Joann's. I see that I'm a little bit crooked. I must have bumped the camera and I am terribly sorry. Michael's, Joann's, Amazon, everywhere. Get them online, get them on sale. Typically February, you know, after Christmas, you can get 3 for $12. I happen to have gotten these on Facebook Marketplace. I got 12 of them, brand new, in a box for $10. So I was very fortunate. But this is what I also keep my projects that I'm going to be working on. And as you can see, most of it has to do with baking. I've put some book pages in here from old children's books, you know, baking things. I've put anything blues. I've also put some folding, this is a folio actually from a different kit that I'll be cutting out to also put with this particular journal. I also have some book pages from an old chocolate, as you can see, it's this page 4 something, from a chocolate book that I've taken out. So anyway, this is a project box, but I have 4 of these with inspiration ideas, things I've made, even some things with just white copy paper that I've written the directions on that I keep in these boxes. But I just wanted to give you an idea because I have those up on a high shelf and I didn't want to have to climb up and get them on nobody's home. And like I said, that would recipe for disaster. I'm leaving for vacation and certainly don't want to have any problems. Today, we are going to make, which I know that you've all seen. I mass make these. And the first place I saw them was on Camellia Crafts. Camellia Craft Designs, that would be Julie. I'm sure all of you know who she is. And what she uses is 6x6 paper pads. Unfortunately, I don't have a lot of 6x6 or even 12x12 pads because I primarily either use book page, I use newspaper, I use digitals. Because digitals, I think the most I've ever spent on a digital is $5. Depending on the kit, I may have gotten the add-ons. And you can print those over and over and over again. If you take those and you put a, I can't remember what they're called, I just lost it. Anyway, if you put one of those little, I have one in here. Anyway, if you slip this, a flash drive, into your computer and you download that kit, you can take it to your print shop and have it made into a 12x12. So, or you know, any size you want. If you don't even have a printer, you could put this into your computer, download whatever it is that you want to print, and bring it to your print shop, and they'll print it for you. So that's just an idea. I don't have the space. And also I have found that if I do purchase, these are all things that were gifted to me in Happy Mail. I got these from in a Happy Mail, you know, all different patterns, which, you know, is just so much fun. I have done some trades on some, you know, in the years past. So I do have some, you know, 6x6, but I don't have the storage space and they're heavy. This is heavy. So I just don't have the storage space for them. So I make my own. The other good thing about it is I can do 8x8s because in an 8.5x11, you can do 8x8. You can do 8.5x8.5. And that's about as big as you can do as if you want to do a square. So as you can see, I had a 6x6 pad, and it happened to be, I think it was fairy themed. So I made up a bunch of these. And my reason for it was they weren't really Christmas or Easter, or they had no theme really. I mean, there were fairies and things on them, and I really liked the colors. So I just made up a bunch of them, and I put them together. And what I do to get them to the theme is down here I've added a few little red and, you know, a little bauble there, little Christmas stocking. These I got at the Dollar Tree. They're little tags and stickers. And then again over here, another tag from the Dollar Tree and sticker from the Dollar Tree. And then something I had in my stash. It just says, our wish, a happy Christmas, and then it says Christmas morning. I haven't backed it yet because it came out of a magazine. I have cut so many things out of books and magazines, it's crazy. And that would just slide right in here. I've got this little red thing up here that, you know, from the tag that sticks out. And then I wrapped a little white ribbon around it, and voila. I have a little something to put into my Christmas journal. So again, I did mass make them. I did use them in a lot of journals, just simply by adding whatever it was that I was working on to do and create that particular theme. So that was made out of 6x6 paper. And I'll show you how to do that out of 6x6 paper because I have some right here and it's very simple. So let me just get 2 pieces that will coordinate. So what you want to do first, if you have a 6x6 piece of paper, is you'll notice at the top of a lot of the notepads, and thank you very much, Cheryl's, if you're watching. Cheryl's Hansen sent me these a little while ago. So I can be sure. Now see, this is 6x6, but it's got this piece up here. So it's not really going to be 6x6 if I cut these 2 pieces. Well, let's see. Let me get my trimmer because that might just be a little bit of an inch. Let me put these over to the side. I don't want to take up too much time. We're into 17 minutes. We're good. Let me just push these over to the side here and make sure I'm in frame. So let's just measure these. Okay, yeah. So this top here can come off, and that will make it 6x6. So you always want to take this part off to make it 6x6. And like I said, the very first place I saw these were with Julie at Camellia Crafts. And I don't know where she got the idea. She could have gotten it from Melina.
I'm not sure I understand.
I'm sorry, that was my phone. Siri didn't understand. Okay, so then you've got your 6x6 pieces of paper. These are directional. You just want to decide which, sides you want to use. And then you simply take this piece and leave it 6x6. This piece, let's see, how am I going to do this? This piece, I think I'll do the 6x6 like this because it has a direction. And so does this. But this does not. This has the holly going all over. So all you do is take your 6x6. You're going to fold this one piece up like this. Corey Dahman, I think, also did these. I know everybody does these. And I know you've probably all seen them. I'm not showing you something that you don't already know. So let me just get my little... And all you're going to do now is you're going to take your 6x6 here, and that's it. So now what you want to do is take your That one's too big. Let me just get, well, it doesn't matter. I can do anything. So what you want to do next before you do your fold is you want to take this and you want to do a little pocket notch. Let's see. You want to make a pocket notch here, and then you want to do it again about the same distance there. I never throw these away. I use them in my collage, or I sometimes will do, where are they? I'll sometimes make a little pull tag by doing this, and that will go on the top of my tag to pull. So I never throw those pieces away. Let me just put this back on if you don't mind. Sorry, wrong way. Here we go. So then what you're going to do is, what I did in a couple of mine is, I like to stitch really, you know, close to the edges so I have a lot of real estate in there. But you can glue. You don't have to stitch it. Actually, I think the one I showed you that I already made, I glued them all. Yeah, they're all glued. None of them are stitched. So the next thing you're going to do, which I like to do, is I'm going to take my glue, and all I'm going to do is I'm going to lift this side up and very close to my edge so that I don't lose any of that real estate. I'm going to now slide this in, and I am going to lift it up. And there I go. And then do the same thing, making sure that this is, oops, making sure it's lined up, which I think it is. Yeah. Okay. And then on this side, you're going to do the same thing. And go up this way. And you're going to go up this way. And you're going to do the same thing. These are adorable. I love this idea with the 6x6. And the 12x12s, same thing. Your 12x12 paper packs, same thing. Beautiful, depending on the size of your journal or what you're going to do with it. And then what I do is simply take my scoreboard, because I just do trust my scoreboard, and because it's cardstock, I really do like to use, I'm sorry, I just don't want that to, my little box that I had out, I don't want it to fall down. So then I'm going to take my scoreboard. It's at 6. I'm going to score it at 3, but I'm going to go this way because I don't want to do anything with that. You know, I don't want to catch it or anything. So I'm just going to go right here. I'm going to go at 3 inches. I'm going to score this down right at the 3 inches. By scoring it for me, I know that when I fold it, it's going to fold easily. So on the pocket part, I have to go a little bit heavier with my score tool, because I'm going through to the other side, and I'm also going through some cardstock here, and I'm going through this cardstock, and I'm going through the back. Now you could flip it and do this a little bit more on your 3-inch, just to give that another little bit of help when you do go to fold it. Okay, and there you go. You have a very sweet little Christmas book. Now, the only thing you have left to do is what I do is I just grab some paper out of my stash, like this, little pieces. I put a sticker right here to make it more Christmassy. I always put a piece of cardstock, which happened to be out of this, in the middle. Then I did the 3 pamphlet stitch and left these on the inside. If the person wanted to take that little stocking and this little pearl off, absolutely no problem. They could do that, you know, and use it on another project, or, you know, on this project. And then I just took a piece of ribbon like this. Again, something I got at the Dollar Tree with, well, now $1.25, but tons. I have so much ribbon. I am a ribbon freak. I love ribbon. I think it's so versatile, and well, I've actually always loved ribbon. I've always worked a lot with ribbon in sewing, so I do have lots of ribbon. And then just tie a bow, and this can go in a pocket. It can go in Happy Mail, as long as, if you do bead it, you know, if you do put something on the bottom. If you do happen to put something like this in Happy Mail, what you want to do is tuck this on in the inside and then put it in the envelope. So that way it doesn't compromise anything, and it doesn't, you know, get in the way of your envelope if it's something you happen to put in Happy Mail. But it's adorable inside a pocket, or again, clipped onto your book. So let me show you what I've done. This one, I used the paper, if you recognize it. I happen to use, I cut it down. I cut down, and I actually double printed this one because my 6x6 paper that I had used out of my 6x6 pad. Let me get my scoreboard out of the way. So I just cut down some scrap that I had double-sided to 6x6. And I make my own because, like I said, I don't have a lot of paper pads. I actually don't. I think I have 3. So there you go. It's 6x6, both pieces, folded it up. I happen to sew this one. This one's going to go in my current journal I'm making. Here's a little piece of ephemera for here. I have some sentiments that I can put in here. Sprinkle with happiness. I have a little thing that says peace. This could go here. This actually could be a decoration here or here. I'm just showing some things that I've pulled out. Here's another sentiment you could put in. Merry Christmas. Again, don't forget, you're going to take some scrap paper and put it inside here. And then I thought maybe he could sit inside here. And right here, I could put Joyous Noel. And on the back, I could just put something like that. And honestly, I just thought that because I just took a bunch of things out of my little envelope. If you can remember, is where I keep all my cut aparts, and here's where I keep all of my words and my numbers. So before the video, I just pulled out some things to do that. but I'll put this on now so that you can see how adorable these can be. And like I said, if you do these in a paper, even a plain paper, any kind of scrap paper that you have, you could mass make these and then have them in a box ready to create something that might look like any holiday or theme, garden, you know, what have you. This could actually be very cute here, and you could put a different, you know, journal card or something in there. And I'm not going to waste your time doing that, but that's it, okay? So that's what I did with that. I just cut it down to 8 by 8. I'm sorry, 6 by 6. I wanted to show you, I talked about it before, anytime I see Christmas, flowers, gardening, recipes, cookbooks, especially at Dollar Tree, I grab them. And this is why. This was $30 originally, $19.95. I picked it up for $1.25. No, I didn't. I'm sorry. It was $1 because I got it several years ago at Dollar Tree. Country Living Christmas at Home. If you look, there are, first of all, there's thousands of ideas that you can do, you know, for Christmas. However, there's also fabulous pictures you could cut out to put in your Christmas journals. And I did it again. I bumped the camera. Sorry. So that's it. So pick up your books, grab them. They're $1. And, you know, sit on the couch, do some fussy cutting. Look at this. Beautiful things that you could cut out and put in your Christmas journals. And there's, like I said, there's cookie ideas, decorating ideas, little bag ideas. There's even things in here, you know, to give you ideas for journaling. These are little fingerprints here. I don't know if you can see them. What adorable journal cards. These are just fingerprints here with paint. And I always make my own Christmas wrapping paper. Here's another piece that I could cut out, make a great journal card with. Look at all these little pieces I can cut out here. And the ideas that you can get, there's a little bit of lace, tied with a little bit of lace. There's so many things. That would be, you know, so sweet inside a journal. And it's not too big. So it's all about cookies and candies and more cookies and on 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 and on. Look at this with hankies. I just have to show you. Is this not adorable? I'm going to make one of those this year for my home. It's handkerchiefs. That's all it is. And it's on a bulletin board. So, yeah, it's adorable. So pick them up, grab them. I have several. So the reason why I showed you that is because what I have done is I took some paper and I cut this one 8 by 8. I also grabbed a couple of pages out of that book. So here's what I'm going to do. I've got my, more pieces. I wanted to be ready so the video wouldn't be too long. Here's an 8 by 8. Okay, now this one happens to be just a collage backed with some striped paper, so you know it was perfect. This one happens to be backed with nothing. So I am going to simply slip this in here. No, I'm going to go this way so that we have a different, you know, so when we fold it, it will look different, you know, on this side as opposed to it being the same Well, let me just see. Yeah, see, if I did it this way, it would really be same. And I'm not about, you know, exact and same. So here we go, 8 by 8. I'm going to do exactly the same thing. I am going to take my little, oops, I didn't fold that right. Let me just get this folded up right. So you take your 8 by 8 and your 8 by 8. You're going to leave one sheet, your one 8 by 8 sheet, plain, solid. You're not going to do anything with it. You're going to take your other 8 by 8 sheet and you're going to fold it in half. Like that. Then you're going to take your corner rounder and I am going to find my place where I'm going to punch it. And I'm going to give it a punch. Then I'm coming over to here. Now I'm doing both sides at the same time, so that my pieces on front and back are the same. Again, I'm going to put these in my little dish right here and put them away later. You're going to take this. Again, this is your other 8 by 8. See? This was your other 8 by 8. And I'm going to make my decision on where I am going to place it. And I'm going to place it like this. Okay? So I'll take my glue. And it's, in my opinion, this is much more cost effective because you've already purchased this. You can print it as many times as you want. You can use different, like, you know, this didn't necessarily come with that pink stripe. I picked it out of nowhere and double-sided it. My cardstock I get on sale at Joann's when they have buy one, get two free. It's solid core, and it is $7.99. And you get 75 sheets in a package. I'll never use it all. I always get the white. Sometimes I do get pink. Depending on the season, I'll get some red packs or green for Christmas, just to have it. But this is the only cardstock I buy, and it's the 8.5 by 11. I don't buy the 12 by 12 because I don't really use it. I actually do have a 12 by 12 pastel pack that I will use, but you know what I do? I make what I need to with the 12 by 12, and then I decorate it. It's solid colored. I decorate it with my decorative paper to whatever I'm making to match. I'm doing an awful lot of talking today, but I have so much to do. So much to do. So little time. I'm just going to put my pin back in there so that I am not going to have a problem with it. Oops, it's the wrong one. This one happens to go in this one. Excuse my reach. And this one goes into this one. Here we go. Lift this up. And now you have an adorable little book. Or actually, you know, if it was the 6 by 6 and you wanted to put it in a page like this, you could do that. You could fold your 8 by 8 like this and put this in a page so that, you know, do you know what I'm saying? You could make this out of paper and then you could fold this, and then this could be in your journal, which, let's just pretend this is a journal page, okay? Let me just grab my scoreboard again. I've done this before as well. So you take your 8 by 8, you go to your 4, I'm just going to flip this over because this is cardstock after all. That looks good. I'm going to fold it both ways just to, you know, give it that bend because I've double cardstocked it. And this isn't very heavyweight cardstock either. Okay, so let me get this out of the way and give you that idea. So here's your journal. You could also do something like this. So here's your journal, here's your page. If this was done out of paper, it wouldn't be so bulky. You know, it'd be a much lighter weight. I'm trying to get this cardstock to lay down flat. There we go. But, so you could do this out of paper, okay? And then you could put it in your journal, and this could be a page, and then you flip it. You've got another page, and then this would be a journal page. I misprinted. Another journal page, another pocket, just an idea. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my magazine pages. I'm going to see if what I can do with these to try and make a tag or, you know, something to go inside one of my pockets. So I just noticed that this had some writing on it, but I'm not going to worry about that. I am simply going to take my ruler because I kind of like that number. It says, turn a tomato cage upside down, place in a galvanized bucket, and decorate liberally with shiny brights or an assortment of tomato red ornaments. It's adorable, and it's in this little bucket. But great, 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 great. For me, to me, it's pretty. It's pretty much free. I mean, I've got a book of 1,000. Now, I'm not going to throw something this away because it says number 5. This is number 3. I love those numbers, so I'm not going to throw those away. Now what I'm going to do is let's see. As you can see, I haven't thought this out, but that's okay. We're going to make it work. I'm going to simply cut this like this, cut that off. Let's see what else I can do with this. I'm going to go sort of close to that box and then take a little bit of this greenery, go kind of around those bulbs, and I am going to sort of do a little bit of fussy cutting up there. I think I'll go a little bit closer to these boxes over here. Take out a little bit more of this wall. I'm just giving you an idea. I literally opened up the book, saw this, and pulled it out. So just to show you that there's just so many things we can use in this paper world to have so much fun with, and it's just really so much joy for me to do something like this. And of course my husband loves it because it doesn't cost money. My AKA accountant. Of course he has a fit when I buy the book, but then when he sees what I do with it, he's like, wow, you were looking at that book in the store. Now what gave you the idea? I said, you just buy the book for the $1 and you bring it home and decide after that. So there we go. Now let me just find something to back that with. I may even cut this present off. So let me see what that looks like. Because it's just kind of hanging out there. Just do a little bit more fussy cutting around here. Because I do like that greenery hanging off the side. I am going to now just take this and I am going to glue this onto just this piece of paper because it was right beside me before I turned on my camera. What are we at? 46 minutes. Cool. Now I could have used the bulbs too. That's the one thing. You've got to make your decision as to what you want for your tag on your magazines or what you want your picture to look like. Now it's the other thing I could have done is I could have decorated the inside of this side or the inside of this side with it, but I didn't because I didn't even think it through. I just grabbed it and did it. So now I'm just going to lay this here, and I've just made myself a really adorable either tag or journal card that's going to slide right into my pocket. And you can jazz this up any way you want with stickles or, you know, anything like that. This is just going to come over here a little bit, and I'll snip that piece off. Take this, turn it over, take this, like this. No, and now I'm going to take my ruler, make sure it's straight. Take that off and this off. And I don't think I'm going to do another thing. I may put something on the top. I may stitch it. I may fussy cut around it. I don't think so. But what do you think? From a magazine. And then that can slide right inside there. And again, I won't do it because we don't have a lot of time, but my next plan is to make a journal card out of those ball jars right here, which I'll just cut this right out and put it on a backing. There's a sweet Christmas card, a Christmas tree on some pallets. So yeah, there's another number if I wanted to cut it out, another number. So I won't keep you, but I will show you some other things that I pulled for this. And that is It's not one of them. Those are from my magazine, my book. But I've got this that I can put in here, back it, have it little journaling space. And then on the front, it's quite busy, so I wouldn't decorate that. But I certainly would use the pockets and maybe put all things bright and beautiful. Peace, love, and happiness. Inside here, I saw Joyous Noel, and I thought that would be pretty to glue right there. And then I saw this in my little stash, and I thought that would look nice, maybe, perhaps, on the other side. Or that's pretty busy, so I don't, I would not decorate that. However, I would put pieces inside the pockets. There's pockets there. I would put more journaling cards, maybe some tags inside those pockets. I may do something like this. And then I will take these, which I pulled, and here's a little Santa here, okay? And it says Christmas on the back. And then all I'd do was I would take my pokey tool, I would make a little hole in each one of these, and then I would just take and put, and I don't have my pokey tool on my desk, and I'm not gonna go grab it because we're already at some ridiculous time. Here, I'll use my scissors. No, I won't. So I'll poke a hole, I'll poke another hole, I'll poke another hole, I'll poke another hole. These are all backed. These are all, when I had the time, I put them together, stuck them in my bag. And then I would put a bulb pin on here, and I would take this after I put my papers in, and perhaps I would put just a little hole here, and then I would dangle this off of the side. Does that make sense? And inside here, I would go into my bag over here, which has all my paper in it, and I would perhaps grab, tea stain paper, anything, some pink paper, cardstock to put in the middle, to fold in the middle like this. Or actually, I would probably do it like this. Oops, sorry. I'd take this scrap, fold it, and then I would take some pieces of tea stain paper. This isn't a very good example, but let me just kind of show you. So just say these are longer or shorter, it doesn't matter. So here's all my papers. I've got them all put together. I've decided the order I want them. I might have some Christmas book page. Let's see, yeah. I might have a piece of this that says worship music on it. So I'd pull this apart. I might do something like this. This is tea stained. So anyway, I'd put all this together, all my scraps, whatever I chose, and then I would put this in the middle for the sturdiness, okay? And I might even put something on there to keep it sturdy. So, for example, maybe something like this. I'm just giving you an example. I might do something like this. This is a little bit heavier stock of paper, and then I would take and do my 3 pamphlet stitch here, making sure, you know, that my papers weren't sticking out, and have my 3 pamphlet stitch. And then I have an 8x8 book that I've printed myself on my own cardstock. So, that said, I truly hope that all of you have a wonderful rest of your summer, and that you are blessed, that you stay well. And while I'm gone, enjoy the 10 days of no more Cheryl videos. I love you all. Thanks for stopping by. I hope you enjoyed today's tutorial. I'll see you soon. Bye-bye.